Cemeteries are such amazing places. Quiet retreats, history like you would not even know, and portals to the unknown. Now, I never used to pay cemeteries much attention, until now. My name is Steve St. Jean, and I'm taking you on an adventure all across Canada through cemeteries. There's big ones and little ones. There's even some that nobody even knows about. So, come with me and my crew on this adventure. So come along with me on an adventure in the cemetery with all of my friends, and bring a date if you dare. Such a nice day out today. It's so great to bump into you.
I know, what are the chances?
So strange.
When we first came, I actually was drawn to this circle.
Funny, because I think that's Nancy over there. Let's go say hi.
Oh my gosh, let's go do that.
Hi, Nancy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What kind of history are you unveiling this evening?
I'm looking at William George Sketchley's grave marker here. Now, what do you think the lamb is?
Child? Children?
Children, yes.
Innocence?
Innocence, you got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
All right, and it's also religious in that in the Bible they make lots of references to the Lamb of God, and that Jesus looked after children and so on. So it's both secular and sacred. Now,
is this a child?
This is a child. So this is in loving memory of William George, beloved child of A.J. and M. Sketchley, died August 2nd, 1914, aged 1 year, 9 months.
So young.
And do you know what? I wanted to find out. There were so many babies that died about that age, and I wanted to find out why. And so one day I looked up the name Sketchley in the phone book just for the heck of it, and there was a Sketchley. And I phoned and I said, I'm looking for somebody who knows about William George. And she said he was my brother.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. I just
Talk about
small world.
a sign.
Yes, that's
Synchronicity.
right. Yes. And so I said, what happened to him? Well, he died of childbed fever, which was kind of it either came in the water or came in the milk or something, and was quite common in those days. But isn't that amazing that I found? And she said, when William George died, she said, my mother was really cut up. That's the term she used.
That is so much history in just one story.
Yeah, isn't it?
Are you going to show us some more stuff?
Well, yeah, sure. What would you like to see?
Well, let's follow her and see where we end up.
See where we're guided.
Yeah.
He's not dead, this child.
All right.
See what it says? He is not dead, the child of our affection, but gone unto that school where he no longer needs our poor protection, and Christ himself doth rule.
Wow.
Isn't that nice? It's very moving. I haven't found that one very often.
That would have been from the parents,
Yes,
probably.
yes. But you see, it has the lamb.
Yeah.
And then this, he is not dead, the child of our affection. That just breaks me up.
You must find so many interesting stories in here.
Well, sure. But you have to get down on your hands
Yeah,
and knees.
because you wouldn't have known, because the grass would have been in the way.
Yeah. I wonder, are there dates?
Yeah, it's got to be at least 100 years old.
Oh, here we go. There's something over here.
Oh, don't mind
Let's
us.
see. Every day we think what he is
Doing?
in those bright realms of air, year after year his tender steps pursuing, behold, he grows more fair.
I wonder if that is like a famous poem or if it was a personal message.
But it's beautiful.
What's beautiful about it is that this family, 100 years later, we're sitting here enjoying it. So
Well, we're thinking about that
Yeah.
little boy.
who deserves that
Yeah.
thought? It seems to be getting a little bit darker now. And when it does get a bit darker, things start to change in the cemetery. It seems to have a life of its own. So come with me as we add a new light to the graveyard. Infrared, that is. Guy, is that you?
You bet, Steve. How
Hi.
are you doing?
I'm good. What are you doing under this tree?
Well, meditating, taking in a little bit of the peacefulness of this area.
You seem very at peace right now.
Oh, it's amazing, man. Cemetery is such a great place to get that peace, you know?
What's so great about it?
Well, I come here to get an insight into the other side, right? The unseen part of existence. To me, the cemetery is a symbol of that bridge between our everyday, normal waking life and the other side, the afterlife, the unseen element. That's a part that people aren't always aware of, right?
Well, luckily not too many people are here because then they'd take up all the space for you.
Oh, this is a place for the living, Steve.
Well, I am going to continue my adventure if you want to join me.
Love to.
Sweet, let's do
Sounds
it.
fun. Let's go.
What's over here?
Sir Cecil Edward Denny, 6th Baronet of Tralee Castle. He had a castle.
Oh, excellent.
He died in Edmonton, 1928, crossed the plains in 1874 anyway, as inspector in the original Northwest Mounted Police. So you see, he's got that part of the history on him. Co-founder of Forts Macleod and Calgary. Macleod was the other founder. Honorary chieftain in the Blackfoot Nation. He stuck up for the Indians and got them more food and more recognition and whatever he could from Ottawa, from here. I mean, we didn't have telephones in those days. And so he stuck up for them. He was an Indian agent, then he was a government archivist. Look at this, explorer, pioneer, adventurer, and author. He knew not fear, a born optimist. Isn't that cool?
That's
It's like
so
you were
cool.
something about him. He's like history, but he studied history.
Well, yes, but he wrote history, you see,
Oh.
as an archivist. He researched history up in Edmonton. He lived in Edmonton by then, and wrote a great deal about the early days of the West, because he was here. Yeah.
So Captain Sir Cecil Edward Denny, he was part of Colonel Macleod's entourage that
yes,
came through
he
here.
was,
Oh,
yes.
excellent.
And
Okay.
he was Cecil.
Oh, Cecil.
Yes,
Pardon me.
because that's the British way that
yes.
you would say that
Ah,
word.
exactly.
Anyway, as I was saying, the school kids that are standing here are so impressed because they say, oh, there's a body down there. History is real.
Right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it gives
that,
them-
I can just see their faces suddenly going, oh.
Yeah, it gives them a connection to what's going on. Yeah, that's interesting.
So, I love Sir Cecil. Just makes, he's so British.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
Well, actually, Irish. He was from Ireland.
yeah.
So I shouldn't say British, but he still was a Sir Cecil.
Okay.
Somehow we feel familiar.
I'm getting a little bit of a headache again, though.
Are you?
Now, is that just me getting a headache, you think, or is there because of our direction?
I think it has a lot to do with where we're headed.
Because every time I'm here, I have breathing problems.
Really?
And I'm getting them again right here.
Just in this. That's right.
Remember?
That's
kind of feel-
right.
I hate
That's
that.
because we're going by the creepy
I
family.
always get the
I kind of-
breathing problems here.
I kind of feel it too, actually.
They're turning me into some kind of psychic. So Nancy's probably still in the cemetery. Let's go find out what she's looking at right now.
I
Excellent.
love that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right.
Now, what are you doing over here?
Hi
It's
again.
hard to find you in here. It's like, where's Waldo?
Well, it's a lovely evening to be in the cemetery, and the light's long. Anyway, this is Colonel Macleod, and I've told a lot of people this. He was so busy through his life and so tired after it all, and wanted to rest. And here he is, sleeping forever with the noisiest, busiest street in the city, Macleod, named for him. Isn't that? He came in 1874 with the guys from Winnipeg across. I was talking about that earlier, across Canada, from Winnipeg to Calgary, And no, to Fort McLeod.
Fort
to
McLeod
Fort
first,
McLeod.
yes.
Yes. And it's named for him, of course. So he established a fort at Fort McLeod, and then he sent somebody up here to get Calgary started. And the guy that came, what did he call it? Now I've forgotten. He named it after himself. Brisbois. That's it. And McLeod came along and said, "No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be McLeod. It's going to be Calgary. It's going to be Calgary because he came from Scotland, the Isle of Skye, Calgary. So that's how we got to be Calgary.
That is so interesting.
And then he died quite young. He was, let's see.
Well, he's already burnt out at that.
Yeah, he was
A lot of work.
He was only 58, and they say that he, in spite of all the work that he did and all the honors that he got, he was left with $8.
You mean that's how much he
That's
had
how much.
left?
That's what they say.
Maybe he wasn't very good with money.
That's what they say.
But they put a flag there.
Well, it's very patriotic.
Here?
Okay, let me go from one extreme to another.
Okay.
This is a grave marker that's made of some kind of zinc or zinc oxide or something. It's always this white stuff, and it is said during the Prohibition, when you couldn't get any booze, that the guys that were selling secretly booze would take out these panels. You see these panels, you can unscrew them.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd put the bottles in there. They'd set it up. Then they'd go away, and their buyer would come later and take their booze. I don't know
Cheeky.
if
I'm sure
isn't that a
you're
great
right.
story, though?
There might be alcohol in there right now.
And,
Well, you know, it is a little tipsy.
that's right. Well, there are a lot of these, and they were because
Oh,
you could
cool.
get them on. We finally had a train, you see, and so these things would come from whoever made them in the east. There's another one over there. You'll see them throughout cemeteries all in the west.
Do you think they were made specifically for that
No.
usage?
No.
Okay. And that has nothing to do with the person that is using the.
No.
Oh, it was just
no.
like go to the graveyard and find the ones that are.
Find the one by
Okay.
the bush. Put your that's what they
Wow.
say.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's
I'm going to
this
get into trouble for
Urban
that.
legend.
Well,
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adds a little more spice.
Now, now those compartments, were they built in there for a specific reason? Like the compartments
yes.
within the
The-
zinc oxide?
yeah.
Form?
These were all the same. The one that's over there is exactly the same shape, but they would take these out and put the particulars on it. So the names, you see, would go on these removable
Ah, I
panels.
see. Okay, so,
So-
they would build the headstone first, and then
Yeah.
they'd have a panel.
They'd have a whole
Created
warehouse full of these
Yeah,
things,
okay, I
and then
get it.
in would come the order, and they would finish up
I
the panels.
see. Okay,
It was
Very simple.
it was a really good idea actually, and they've been
Practical.
very they've lasted very well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Huh, excellent.
Well, have fun, James.
Have fun.
Enjoy the whiskey.
That's funny.
Well,
one for me.
what you see, when did he die? He died 1888. Well, you could get that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an old one.
That's
here.
what I mean. It looks great too for being like 140
Yeah.
years. So Nancy, thanks so much for sharing some of the history of the Union Cemetery with
I
us.
have barely begun.
So thankful for you. You really brought everything to life.
Thanks very much. Listen to that. I brought it to life.
No pun intended.
What's really great is that, like I was saying earlier, it's like when you listen to your stories, you're putting it in your own mind of the emotions and the life that happened to those people. It's great to put that experience in our own life.
Well, a lot of it, is I'm guessing. I make up stories too. Maybe some of these, maybe I've made them better than they were. I don't know. I don't know. But everybody deserves someone looking and saying, "Oh,
That's right.
you lived. Here's your name, and I'm here standing on you, as it were." Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nancy.
No prob.
So thanks for being with me tonight, guys.
Yeah, this is fun.
Glad.
It's really cool. Like, who would have known that you can hang out in the graveyard and have so much fun?
Well, seeing Nancy shows us that there's always more to what we see that meets the eye, right? It might be just the actual physical story of the place. Meeting somebody like Nikki and me, I guess, shows us that there's something else within the feeling of the place, right? We get
Cool.
a multifaceted view, right?
And what else kind of view could we have?
Well, there's other people that try to photograph or get voice recordings of...
I don't know.
Like the paranormal.
Bradley? What are you doing?
This is a fresh grave.
Yeah, very.
Yeah,
So you have a whole setup or something?
we have it set up here. I'm just trying to see if there's anyone who wants to communicate. I am.
Ooh, I feel really weird here.
Yeah, so do
I
I.
feel very strange right
Yeah.
here. There's
Well, the thing is,
Dizzy.
this looks like it's the grave of Fred and Rose Rowe, and both died in 1951, 1955. But it's been freshly dug up and reburied.
Murder mystery.
Could be.
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's
So that's why
something.
So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm set up here, trying to see if there's anybody who wants to try and explain why this would have happened.
And like you're trying to connect to the other side to find out that information?
Yes.
Because I can just call the police for you. It's fine.
So we're here.
Yeah, but this is much more hands-on.
I'm feeling like what I actually feel is though the family wanted to move somebody.
Yeah.
There's a movement going on here, and it's not under a happy circumstance. No, there's a split in the family.
Maybe the rent was due.
What do you think it is? Think it's the father? Did they move him already, or?
Yeah.
So there's nobody in this grave right now.
I'm not
It's very unsettling, actually.
So you think there's someone? They're gone. There's someone been taken from here.
Yeah, I get the feeling. I get
That doesn't
feeling.
even make any sense. Like, why would somebody want to take a body from somewhere else? Like
So long,
50, over
person-
50 years later,
Mm-hmm.
they're dead. Let them just leave their body.
Yeah, I don't
And is
know.
it usually something like that has to do with science then, or legal things, or?
Not necessarily. I mean, I guess if there is a problem that came up or in the family, I guess there could be a possible reason that they would want them moved.
Do you find that you would get more senses with stuff like this, with the technology that you're using?
Actually, right now I'm not getting very much. Earlier, when the sun was higher, I was getting spikes on the EMF meter, upwards of 0.5, 0.6. Now that the sun is starting to go down, I'm really not getting anything.
What does that
Wow.
indicate when you?
It could mean the electromagnetic field of the Earth is being somehow manipulated by the sun, and I'm getting a lot more interference. Right now, it's not going any higher than 0.15, which is just kind of normal ambient energy kind of floating around the air.
Wow.
So
So do
Very
you think
cool.
that when it gets darker, that things will probably happen?
I'm hoping so. I think the energy will change, of course, once the sun goes down, and we'll have a little more. They'll have a little more ability to do something.
Well,
Do you
from a psychic perspective, you sure feel a lot.
Yeah. What do you?
I mean,
picking
there's a
up here?
lot of activity.
What are you picking
It's almost
up
like
right
we're
here?
being surrounded.
Really?
I mean, as Brad is speaking, I'm looking off, I'm seeing people walking by,
What?
people are
Oh my God.
waving. I mean, there is a lot going on,
That's just creepy.
especially around this plot, especially.
Do you think that maybe it's because they're like, what's going on over here? What?
This
No?
one is very different. This one, I saw a man. He's got a black hat. He's kind of slim. I don't think he's very tall, maybe 5'10". Everyone's tall to me,
Slender.
but
Slender
but
bone structure.
very, yeah.
See him wearing
The
glasses
higher
actually.
cheekbones,
Yeah.
and he is not happy
No,
with what's happened. Like,
I don't
not
know
at
if
all.
he's fully crossed either.
He's
I'm
kind
not
of
sure.
standing like this.
Yeah, he's.
And that's what we're trying
Right
to do, is
behind
we're
the
trying to be able to
headstone.
pick up that energy with the
He likes
technology
you.
so that we can also see what they're seeing.
Maybe his
Wild.
voice will come through.
Quite frankly, I want to move from here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Let's go
Sure.
see what else is
Well, let's
kicking.
let Fred be then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
we're
we'll
sorry,
pick
Fred.
up
Find
something.
someplace else.
Yeah, I'd like Bradley to show us some more energy. What
Sure.
about that woman that you were talking to earlier in the graveyard with the pendulum?
Yeah.
We could find some energy over there, maybe.
We could go
Sure.
around. We see where our senses guide us.
Sounds good.
So let's all
we're
close our
super-
eyes and just see where we end up.
Supernatural superheroes.
That's right.
I hear footsteps. It like this place just puts me in a different state of mind. It always does. It's weird. Like if you guys like blindfolded me and dropped me off here, I would know that I was here. I think it's like this.
Can we try that?
It's weird.
Tie you up or in a trunk.
Depends on the situation.
This one or that one?
I was kind of looking at this
Yeah, I
one.
was drawn to this one too. Another mother.
So what kind of stuff are you, anything coming on these?
Oh, a mason! That's the third headstone that I've been attracted to that's mason.
Freemason. Erected by Donald Bain in memory. So he was a Freemason. And that was erected. He's putting his name on this, so he was a Mason. Interesting.
There's a lot of
Well, very stoic characters.
Freemasons in Alberta.
People there.
Oh, it's warm.
So Bradley's gonna set up his thing. Is it from the sun or like what are you talking about?
Spiritual energy.
There is a lot of warmth.
Is
when
that
you
kind of
touch
like
this
when we were
headstone.
talking about like clearing your conscious so you can feel things differently? Because you know how there was that whole rock thing? What's that rock story where like if you touch the rock it's wet if you don't think about it? Like that rock? No one cares what I'm talking about. You're saying that it's warm, but I don't feel it warm.
That's okay.
I
The whole,
feel
the whole
warm.
idea though, Steve,
She's
is
connecting. I can
Why-
actually feel her hands. She's actually got big hands. Long fingers. Yeah, she's open.
1.1.
a lot more activity here than down there, eh?
Yeah.
Do you think
It's
that it has
coinciding with
Are you at peace here?
her as well.
So see how as soon as we start to communicate with her, Brad starts to actually get activity too. Barbara, will
there's a
you
lot
give
of
us
energy in
a
this area.
strong sign that you're here with us? Would you like to say anything? Communicate anything to us? Yep, she's active. There she goes. We appreciate this so much. So much. Are you happy here? Are you at rest?
So,
It's so interesting, like finding out these sort of elements of reality. Just like opening up yourself to understanding how it. Obviously, there's something going on. Like,
Yeah. Especially when you can see it changing.
all I
the
picture is this other energy trying so hard to communicate, but they just don't. There's like a wall or something, and they're like, I'm trying to say something, but they can't. They can't, right?
Can't get through. Well, that's why we work so hard to raise our frequency to get to them. That's why we usually use white noise when we're generating EVPs, because it creates that dimensional
yeah, it's like an
Yeah.
octave.
shift, right?
It's like,
Yes.
it's like a bridge between this state of being and another state of being, right? Octaves within the harmonic.
There we go.
Ooh.
What was that?
Went to 116 and 128.
Barbara, will you really raise your frequency, please?
There.
What if we did?
Can you please keep going? Try harder. You're doing it. Come on.
Ugh.
Give us one
Getting
big gush
lizard
of your
cells.
energy.
Oh,
13. She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like her. Thank you so much.
Should we go and check out another site?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
leave her be for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's let her rest.
Maybe she'll join us.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
That's
She's
right.
welcome to.
Great. It's getting darker. It's darker.
Hi. It's a guardian.
He's enjoying the cemetery.
That's the guardian spirit saying something to us, and it's saying, walk softly. Soft,
Softly.
gently. The deer is one of the most gentle creatures in the wild, right? And it teaches us to really pay attention and to be careful where we tread, right? Yeah, I think that's a total sign.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
The way that it just
it's-
leaped through the graveyard randomly, like while we're trying to do our investigations. And animals can see things a lot differently than we can. So
Okay, now this area up here is where you get those
I have it.
frequent headaches.
Right now I got it.
You
You're
just
starting to
got
feel
it's
it?
not funny, guys. It's really annoying me.
It is annoying, but in the moment of experiencing that, you just need to say, okay,
Yeah, I know.
I'm aware that this energy is not my own.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's not yours.
Okay.
And just acknowledging that that's your way of receiving too. Like that's
guess
the
you're right.
beginning.
It's like at that pivotal moment right now where the sun is almost gone, and that's probably going to make the biggest difference about the rest of our adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So last time we were in this area, I couldn't seem to catch my breath, and once again, I didn't even realize it, but I was like, oh, I can't seem to catch my breath. I looked over, and it's that same area. But the funny thing is it's getting a lot darker now, so you guys got to stay close to me because I don't know what's going to happen, and don't try to scare me.
We won't let anything happen to you.
I know it's
Steve.
fine. It's just that this is a very important time, I think. For some reason, I feel like when the sun is actually gone, it opens up a lot more doorways.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It does.
you know, so.
It's a different element to the whole experience. That place over there is really calling me.
The gated one.
The gated one.
Yeah.
Do you want to go check it out?
Yeah, let's go over there.
Great. I can't wait. Bring it on. How do you feel, Guy? Really? You seem really relaxed.
He's getting worried, that's why.
Now, do you guys think that for any reason at all this is the way it is? Like, aside from, do you think there's a deeper purpose to the way that this is set up? How do you feel?
It feels, I just can't help it. It just feels a little more protected. This place gets a lot of interest. Probably just because it's one of the more popular places in the cemetery. So it's got its own energy. Obviously, it's a family plot. This family feels good to me. Feels happy. I don't even think they'd be against us going in it. Look at this. Oh, I can actually get a strong sense of her. Is that a Ruby? Say Ruby? Ooh.
Ruby.
You know what? She actually has that warm energy. Like I feel like I could bake bread with her. And
Cookies, maybe?
yeah, it's very comforting. I'm going in. Come
All right,
on.
you're going in. I'll stay right here.
I'm going in. Ooh, there goes my temple. I'm gonna talk to Ruby. Do you want to
So-
come in with me, Brad?
Sure.
Especially Brad.
Let's play.
Sounds good.
Bring in your
Come on,
pendulum
Steve.
and
Don't be scared.
Ah,
We'll leave little offerings, and that'll make you feel a lot better.
it's just, I
Yeah,
just
sucker,
realized
sucker.
that there's somebody buried right there. Like, and we're gonna
Yeah,
go
but we
sit on her.
asked permission first, and it was actually Ruby that gave us the permission to do so. She's like, "Yeah, come on in," and she just smelled like.
Sounds
She
like you're peeing over there,
she
Bradley.
smelled
Sorry.
great.
So what
She
do
wasn't
you
very old.
what do you want to pick up on this energy here?
No, look at that, died.
She's a baby.
She was just a baby, so she's projecting herself as a really old woman.
Or maybe you're
How old was she when she passed over?
Oh, not even a year. Isn't that sad? Let's see what she's got
Very
going on
sad.
for us.
It feels weird in the dark sitting over top of these people.
You know what she just said? I heard her
Right.
say, I don't like people in here because sometimes people have sex in here.
She said that?
I'm not kidding.
In here?
Some people have gotten jiggy with it in here. Who would do that?
I guess it kind of seems common. It's very interesting. What's that mean?
She just kind of flashed. I mean, when spirits communicate, they don't really do so with words as much as they will use symbols. Almost like a flash,
Okay.
an image that comes forward.
What was that one?
And though she flashed, people getting. She,
Oh,
Yeah.
were they? Who were they getting? I need more vision on that. Just kidding.
Ruby, would you like me to leave you a little crystal? It's just our secret. I won't tell anybody.
We're all here, but
And
you
it's
know.
just a way to show you that we think about you and that we respect you and your family and that you're not forgotten. So it's there. It's all yours. You can play with it anytime you like. Did you like that? She wants Steve to sing.
Nice one. I'm not doing it. What should I sing?
She likes music, so put out, Steve.
I don't know. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Yeah. I don't know what songs were around in 1885. Gosh. Those are all crazy. Anyway, I think that she wants us to leave. That's what the sense I get.
Yeah.
The sense I get is
We've done.
beep beep.
Well, thank you for at
Yes.
least listening to us. We probably amused her far more.
I think we're amusing the whole area. Like I don't
I
think
think
it's just
so.
Ruby that's.
Yeah.
It's exciting to bring life to this place.
I just
Us
like
walking
being
around
in
it.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so cool, like hanging out in the graveyard. You
It
know?
is.
It is. It's different.
We're gonna have to come and do this again.
Yeah.
Hang out here,
Yeah.
see what else comes up.
There's more history in this graveyard than anywhere in Calgary.
I know. We could spend hours just going to each individual side, every little space.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Ruby. We'll see you again. Bye, girl.
How do you guys feel about the evening?
I had fun.
Yeah,
It was
I had a
great.
great time here. I love it here.
I thought it was interesting how we, in the daytime, we were able to meet up with Nancy and get a little bit of the history, and then in the evening we were able to meet up with Brad, our paranormal investigator, and it was interesting the feelings that I was getting. Definitely around Nancy, it wasn't as much of a feeling, but as soon as we started interacting with Brad, holy cow, that's when things started to fly. I don't know what you guys felt.
Yeah, definitely a different density shift. A lot more activity.
It felt really cool just hanging out with you guys in the cemetery and just learning from you people. And I think the best thing that you can take with it is just a new understanding of your spirituality and learning a little bit about the history as well. So I definitely have to hang out with you guys again. We should do this again sometime.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Next time, what do you think? Banff?
Excellent. Perfect.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Come on.
We're
Okay,
taking
maybe not
over
right
all
now.
of Canada. We'll go everywhere.
You can drive.
Road
That
trip.
would be scary.
Until next time, tune in again. Thank you so much for watching.